I wish I knew before I got a hysterectomy. Am I even ready to make this video? Yes, I am, because this is from my standpoint right now. My surgery was on March 8th. Today is March 30th, and I'm 22 days post-op. Comparing to my last videos, clearly I look a lot better and I do feel a lot better. Today's actually the very first day I'm starting to feel normal again. I'm still dealing with pain, but it's not as bad as it was for the last 21 days. Okay, so the first thing, there's 3 things that I wish I knew before I got a hysterectomy. The first thing is that healing is not linear. When you tell people that you're getting a hysterectomy, you're gonna get flooded with stories, good and bad, of all the different types of things. And oh, you're gonna bounce back, and I send you all these prayers and this and that, and you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be fine. I heard a story about somebody that is in my circle who was 72, got a hysterectomy and bounced back after 3 weeks, like back in action. So I'm 22 days in and I'm just now not feeling a lot of pain. So healing is not linear. All of our bodies are different. I can tell you my story and you'll probably have a completely different experience than me. So I take every story that you get with a grain of salt, but take every warning with the opposite of a grain of salt. Like, take it all in and soak it in, because the more prepared that you are, the better it is in the long run. And I'm really glad that I had all of the tools that I had. But my God, be prepared. The second thing that I wish I knew before I got a hysterectomy is that there is no amount of painkiller that will stop the pain. So if you are very sensitive to painkiller, and it works for you, I am very happy for you. And I am actually a little bit jealous. Again, everyone is different, and there's a lot of people who actually don't even need anything. But because my surgery was intense, they had to make my incision wider and cut into muscle. I was going to be dealing with a lot more pain. And there was a part of my healing process during the first week where I thought I was being mistreated by my doctor because I was in such a crazy amount of pain and nothing was helping. And I felt like nobody cared about me. And I felt helpless. And I felt like I couldn't get any sort of relief whatsoever. In the hospital, I was on Dilaudid, I think, which is like a higher form of morphine. Gabapentin, which is a nerve blocker. They eventually switched me to morphine because I was begging for it, even though it wasn't as strong, but morphine worked for me. And it was just a mess of stuff. And then liquid Tylenol in the hospital. Coming home, I was sent home with gabapentin and oxycodone. And the oxycodone was helping, but there was a moment where the oxycodone was giving me a high, but the pain was still there. And it was a Friday evening when I was desperate for something, and the weekends and doctors, they're not available. So that weekend was really hard for me, trying to wait till Monday to get a response from someone on, it was just a thing. So the pain is gone, and that kind of pain is gone. And just know that you have to power through. If you are on the narcotics, gotta power through and try. My best advice is just to sleep as much as you can throughout the entire day. If you can sleep through the first week, like literally just wake up to eat and go to the bathroom, do it. Because if the pain is excruciating and you already are taking extremely high narcotics and stuff, that's it. It's that painful. So I now know that I wasn't being mistreated. It just wasn't working for me, and that sucks. So I wish I would have known that, and I would have probably gone into it with a better mindset. My doctor only told me that it was going to be painful. But, what do you mean? So yeah, that was that. And then number 3 is that, what I have it written down here. I wish I would have been told about the entire healing process, which it's kind of almost like an impossible thing to know because, again, healing is not linear and all of the stories that you get from people are not going to be your story, but at least a better understanding of what the healing would be like would have been very much appreciated. So I was in the hospital for 3 days, and I went home, and the first 5 days was excruciating. I actually have not been getting good sleep throughout this entire experience. I think there's only like 2 days where I got solid sleep. But the tools that I had at my mom's were not helping me. Eventually they stopped working, like the wedge pillow. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it anymore. This fucking wedge pillow. But I'm glad I had it when I needed it. I wish somebody would have told me what taking the pills that I was taking was going to be like, you know, the possibilities of them. I started to develop a rash around my, I bought some mesh underwear because I was told through other friends that it feels like you're not wearing anything, and it's, you know, it's something that's not going to mess with your incision, which is true. They're great. But I started to develop a rash right around where the elastic is. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm getting allergic to this material for whatever reason. And so I had also purchased these high-waisted C-section underwear, which I'm still wearing today. But the thing is that so I bought a size large because that's what I am. However, the swelling is so intense that the packet of underwear that I bought was really tight around me. So I highly suggest buying a size up because the swelling, though, it's brutal. And the itchiness started to spread. Then there was a rash. I did not know that gabapentin / oxycodone can give you an itchy rash. Again, everyone's different, but I definitely had a reaction to one of those two medications. I still to this day don't even know which one it was. I stopped taking gabapentin about 3 days when I got home. 3 days in, I stopped taking it because I felt like it wasn't doing anything. The differences that I noticed was the oxycodone. Oh, I was also taking ibuprofen on top of that too. So gabapentin, oxycodone, ibuprofen. Dude, I had a cocktail, and ooh, it was bad. Anyway, so I stopped taking gabapentin day 3. The rash started happening around day 5-ish. So it could have been that, because I hear stories that it comes a week later after you stop taking it. And also I hear that you can get a rash from oxycodone. So I don't know. I wish I would have been told that, because again, I would have gone into it going, oh, this is the medication. Let me stop taking it or find an alternative or whatever. And I wish I would have been told what the gas pain was going to be like. My doctor in the pre-op appointment did say that I was going to experience gas pain, but the best thing to do is just to walk it off and, you know, use a heating pad. And I don't fault her at all for the information that she did give me. They see multiple patients throughout the day. Their schedule is full. So to go into every full detail of what your surgery could be like is almost like too much to ask. But I will say the gas pain is probably as intense, if not more serious, than the incision area itself. That's like treating two different things at once. And the best thing that I can tell you again is, if you can just sleep through the day, just sleep through the day. Don't exist. I mean, just exist. Just exist throughout the day, and that is it. Because, like, ouch, it really feels like somebody is stabbing you with a knife times 10. And luckily for me, it only hit my right shoulder. But a lot of people I know had it in both, and oh, I couldn't even imagine having it in both. Yikes. Drink a lot of hot liquids, like hot teas, drink hot soups. I know this is going to be annoying. Walk if you can, and then heating pad on you all times. It's the only way you're going to get some kind of relief, because again, there's no amount of painkiller that's going to help you through the pain. It's brutal. for me at least, it's been a brutal experience. I cried a lot just because I haven't been getting sleep. And I plan on making a video actually of the tools that I use throughout the experience. Luckily, I've been showcasing it on my Instagram, so I'm gonna go through and watch every day and see exactly what I used. So I'll make another video to tell you, between this time you're gonna need this, this, and that, and between this time you're gonna need this, this, and that. So that'll come soon. But yes, so just keep your head in the game. You can get through it. Again, I'm 22 days post-op, and today's the first day where it just starts to feel like I'm becoming myself again. It's a journey. It's a long road. My uterus, I don't know if I gave you guys the update. It was only 1 week. Yeah, I can give you the update here. So a normal uterus weighs about 60 grams. My uterus was 2,223 grams. I don't even know how many times the size it was, but if I can do the measurements a little bit easier to understand, a normal uterus is about 2 ounces. My uterus was 4.9 pounds. So it was a very intense surgery that I went under. They did the normal incision, and then they realized that they were having trouble getting it out because of all the fibroids. And I asked her how many fibroids I had in my uterus, and she's like, we couldn't even count. There were so many. She goes, if I had to guess, she's like, maybe 20, 25 that I could see. And she said, and then the lab showed that they all started out around 2.5 centimeters, and the biggest one was 13 centimeters, which is about the size of like a softball. So she told me that a lot of the fibroids had sort of like melted and fused together to create the giant mass ones. And one of them was like high up in my abdomen. So, you know, the uterus was very much elongated, and it was a brutal surgery. She said she had to deliver my uterus out, even with making the incision wider. They almost cut me up the stomach, but they decided not to because they didn't want to leave me with a scar. So yeah, I had a major surgery. So, you know, when you think about that, you know, it's gonna hurt, but like also it's gonna really freaking hurt. And the pain that you feel is real, and don't try to fight it. Just let it be and get rest and do what you can to get through it, because I'm here with you. I get it. I know what it's like. Believe me. Damn. Anyway, is there anything else I could tell you about my whole thing? I am cancer free. I'm very excited. They did, the labs showed no cancerous signs, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm so grateful. I did have cysts all over my fallopian tubes and 1 ovary, but now my ovaries are clean and squeaky and shiny and yay. And that's it. And everything else was taken out. The tubes, the cervix, the uterus is now gone. And yeah, I get to start focusing on becoming me again, which I hope comes really soon. The size of my stomach was also 41 inches around. Today, 22 days later, I am 36.5 inches around. So I've lost almost 5 inches now. So that's kind of cool. I weigh about the same, minus the 5-pound uterus. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. And this is more of like a warning video. Like, hey, yo, this shit is not fun. It's not fun. It's still quite tight. And when I make this video about the tools that I use, I also kind of give you like an update of what it actually feels like. Because I feel like that is very important, because yeah, if someone told me exactly what it felt like, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm going through that too. Okay. Because I swear to you, I guess I'm a big baby and I'm like, I'm dying and nothing's working. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. And again, I'm really anxious about hitting my goal on GoFundMe. So if you click the link in the title card or in the description box below, I just need $1,400 to hit my goal. And I'd appreciate any help that you can get. If you don't want to do GoFundMe, I also have an Amazon wish list that helps you through my recovery, because any money that comes out of my pocket is money that I don't have right now because I'm still not back at work yet. And I won't be back at work until another several weeks. until I can get cleared. I'm hoping I can get cleared to at least do some temping work in the meantime, because I can't travel by plane or carry my 47-pound kit or 35-pound luggage. So it's like aggravating. Anyway, so the help will be extremely helpful. And if you guys can, please click those links and or share the video, and maybe somebody that watches it can. Anyway, I will see you guys soon with a new video once I have a little more energy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.